Squid Game is undeniably one of the most watched series in recent years across the globe. With that in mind, have you ever thought about how many other shows, including cartoons, series, and movies, have already referenced the sinister game led by Jin Hu? Some of these appearances happen exactly in the longest-running adult animated show in history, The Simpsons. Each year the series releases an episode called Treehouse of Horror right around Halloween. And in one of the latest seasons, during an episode where the characters are at a Halloween costume party, we notice something very interesting. Lenny, Homer's friend, is wearing an outfit that all fans of Squid Game will instantly recognize. We see the character wearing a full-body jumpsuit, just like the workers in the game. But that's not all. On top of his head, there's a black mask with white lines drawn on it, just like in Squid Game as well. Later, in another segment of the same Halloween episode, split into multiple short stories, we catch another reference. This time, the scene is set inside Moe's Tavern, where Homer and his buddies are enjoying their usual beers. Notice one of the guys, likely Lenny again, sitting there holding a beer mug. This time, though, he's wearing the mask over his face, confirming that the symbol on it is indeed a circle. This is clearly a nod to the hierarchy of the game workers, where those with circle symbols represent the laborers, much like Lenny, Homer, and their other friend Carl, who have been working for Mr. Burns for over 30 years. If you want to uncover even more Squid Game references you probably haven't seen or noticed yet, there's no other choice. Join this game and stick with us until the end of the video, because we guarantee we'll blow your mind. Contrary to what we initially thought when making this video, the references to Squid Game aren't limited to adult cartoons like The Simpsons. Believe it or not, SpongeBob SquarePants also made a nod to the bloody Korean drama series. This happened during the marketing campaign for the latest movie in the SpongeBob franchise, titled The Sandy Cheeks Movie, which was also released by Netflix, the creator of Squid Game. In one of the promotional posters for the SpongeBob movie, we can spot a direct reference to one of the posters for the Korean series, with a pun involving the final game's name, Squid Game, which in the SpongeBob poster is humorously titled Squidward's Game. Seriously, the posters are identical. We found this reference super creative, but here's our question. Do kids who watch SpongeBob SquarePants also watch Squid Game? Honestly, it's doubtful. At least they shouldn't be. But if you think SpongeBob is the only kids show to reference Squid Game, you're mistaken. The show Danger Force, also from Nickelodeon, just like SpongeBob, and available on Netflix, made a brutal nod to the Korean series in one of its episodes. This happens when the team of superheroes comes up with, quote, a brilliant idea to host the Kid Games, which is a parody of the original name of the series, Squid Game. In this episode, we see the characters playing rock, paper, scissors, a simple kids game just like the ones featured in Squid Game. Moreover, all the characters are wearing yellow tracksuits with numbers on their chests, mirroring the eerie vibe of the contestants in the sinister games of the Korean series. And to top it all off, the organizers of these games enter the room wearing dark blue uniforms instead of pink, as in Squid Game. They also wear masks with symbols, but unlike the blood-drenched drama series, their masks feature a star and a diamond instead of squares, circles, or triangles. Clearly, the reference is unmistakable. The real question is, did the kids watching catch this reference? If they did, maybe parents should start putting passwords on their kids' Netflix profiles. Now moving to The Simpsons' sibling show, Futurama, we also find a direct nod to Squid Game. This reference occurs in the second episode of the 12th season titled Game of Coins. In the episode, we see sadistic aliens wearing animal masks that are nearly identical to those worn by the VIP guests in Squid Game. In Futurama, just like in the series, these aliens oversee the games, forcing the crew and everyone around to participate in activities that are tied to childhood games Fry played, specifically ones from his 8th birthday. Of course, it goes without saying that the episode is packed with gore, brutal deaths, like characters being dissolved in acid, and plenty of other dark moments designed solely to entertain the VIP aliens. It's Squid Game vibes all the way. If you're a true Squid Game fan, prove it. Drop the name of the main organizer of the sinister games in the comments below. Frontman. Another adult-leaning animated show that nods to Squid Game is Rick and Morty, but similar to Futurama, this one focuses on the VIP guests from the Korean series. This time, however, the show highlights one of the most memorable scenes involving these wealthy elites betting on the lives of the poor players. Specifically, it references the scene where the VIPs are in a special lounge, wearing their luxurious robes. The Rick and Morty segment also parodies a conversation from another Squid Game scene, where one VIP questions another about betting on player 69. The other replies that it's a beautiful number due to its sexual connotations. In the episode, an eccentric group of beings does something similar. They chat about things they own related to the number 69 while wearing animal masks and luxurious robes. Meanwhile, they use living people as furniture, much like the twisted dynamics in Squid Game. As always, Rick and Morty doesn't hold back. Without a doubt, if there's a show that loves to satirize everything and everyone, it's Family Guy. In one episode, Brian discovers that Stewie got rid of one of his books, something the psychopathic baby denies. However, when showing the recording that incriminates the young character, the same camera reveals a scene where an old man, dressed in a green outfit identical to the contestants' uniforms in Squid Game, enters a van driven by one of the workers with a triangular mask, just like in the Korean series. Then, the man comments that the van driver is right, and that it would really be much easier to kill strangers than to pay off his credit card bill. Interestingly enough, since the beginning of this episode, in the boy's bedroom, there's another Squid Game reference. On his shelf, you can spot a pink plush squid. This subtle nod connects to the show's title in two ways. First, because it's the same animal, and second, because the plush toy is pink, the same color as the workers' uniforms in the series. This detail appears multiple times in different moments of Squid Game, especially during the second season, as we highlighted in our 3 videos about Easter eggs and details from Squid Game's second season. And if you've read this far, do me a favor, click that subscribe button. We totally deserve it. Another adult animation that loves parodying iconic moments in pop culture is, without a doubt, South Park. There's a reference connecting the little boys from Colorado with Netflix's bloody drama series. The scene in question features a crude South Park-style animated version of Gi-hun standing alongside Kenny on a sidewalk in front of a store displaying Squid Game symbols, the circle, triangle, and square. Then a van arrives and runs over poor Kenny, who, as always, ends up getting the worst of it. Afterward, Gi-hun is taken to a place where everyone is wearing green tracksuits and surrounded by people in pink uniforms, with black masks displaying the same game symbols. As hilarious and on-brand as this South Park-style version is, it wasn't actually created by the show's producers. Instead, it's the work of a fan, the owner of the Braxtonia YouTube channel. And honestly, it's so well made. If I worked on South Park, I'd definitely pitch this idea for an upcoming episode of the animated series. Another awesome animated series that referenced Squid Game is the Canadian show Total Drama, a kind of reality show with fictional contestants. Each season features a different group of people competing in challenges, always on an island packed with obstacles. The fixed characters in the show are the host and the chef. In one of the more recent seasons, one of the challenges included a version of the red light, green light game from Squid Game. The game followed the same rules. Contestants could move while the chef's grandmother had her back turned. However, if anyone moved after she turned around, they were immediately eliminated by being hit with a balloon filled with pink paint, the signature color of Squid Game. The reference is unmistakably tied to Squid Game, down to the painted backgrounds around the game area, which mimic the nature-themed murals featured in the 2 instances of the red light, green light game in the series, both in the first and second seasons. Moving on to the French animation Les Casos. Currently serialized on YouTube, we can see a game taking place inside the main office where the animation's action unfolds. In this particular episode, we witness people being forced to spell long words under the threat of 2 men armed with machine guns, dressed similarly to the workers from the series and the frontman. And as you might guess, if they get even one letter wrong, they are summarily eliminated. You know what I mean? Actually, even if they get the spelling right, they end up being eliminated as well. So, there really isn't much of a way out. If you think only international series reference Squid Game, we're here to tell you you're mistaken. That's because the Korean drama King the Land made an intriguing reference to another Korean series. The series features none other than Anupam Tripathi, the Indian actor who played the beloved Ali, now portraying Prince Samir. In one of the scenes from the romantic drama, we see a clothing store where the prince is, and one of the characters in the series needs to choose an outfit from several options displayed there. As he browses through the choices, we can see him pick up a green jacket with white details and the number 199 on it, the exact same number Ali wore throughout the games. To wrap up the list, another cartoon that references Squid Game is Homebroken, which focuses almost entirely on pets attending group therapy. In one of the episodes, we see a group of elderly cats taking part in a train ride. Things take a dark turn when one of them suffers a sudden cardiac arrest and dies right there on the spot. Immediately, a person dressed in the worker uniform from the series, complete with the square symbol on the black mask, rushes in to remove the body and take it away from the pet event. This scene once again highlights the role of the support staff in Squid Game, whose primary job is to clean up after eliminated players. Although, poor cat, it seems like this time it was just playing the game of life. Since we know you love great videos packed with references, details, and Easter eggs, we're leaving 2 awesome ones here for you to check out next. Thanks for sticking around, and see you next time.